Hello everyone, this is Debbie Henderson from Debbie's Designs. Welcome to my weekly Friday stamping. I hope you guys all had a good week. So I just have a few announcements before I get started. I'm going to be using the Artistically inked stamp set today. This stamp set, I'm so happy to tell you, it's carrying over into the new catalog, so we get to use it for at least one more year. Hello everyone. So just a few things, my hostess code for the month of April, and then these are my free gifts depending on your order size. I've got the pastel pearls for a $50 order, and then I'll throw in the vellum layering designs for a $75 order, and then a spool of ribbon, all three for a $100 order. And thanks to those of you who have ordered already for the month of April. And then this is my free card kit for the month of April. I always do up all the pieces and put them in a kit for you, and I mail them with your gifts. Or if your order is less than 50, you'll get a card kit anyway as a thank you. Now, a lot of excitement going on. We have a new catalog. I just got my order a couple days ago. I just want to give you a sneak peek of the 5 new in colors. And I still don't know them by heart, so I have my little cheat sheet here. So we have Starry, Skye, Orchid, Oasis. I want to put these together to show them to you guys. They're more of a purpley kind of color. This one here reminds me of a dark periwinkle. We thought these were going to be more bluish, but they're actually more purple. Tahitian Tide, Sweet Sorbet, and Parakeet Party. For those of you that loved Lemon Lime Twist from a few years ago, this is so close, and it was one of my favorite colors, so I'm so glad to see this color. So welcome everyone. I can see everybody has found me. So tonight I'm doing a one sheet wonder, and I'm going to create 4 cards. I have 4 right here. The stamping's on the other side. I just want to show you the products first before I get started. So we have Fresh Freesia 4 card bases, 11 by 4 1/4 scored at 5 1/2. So I'm just going to go ahead and fold those. And then after I show you all the products, I'll show you what the cards look like. And you guys are going to be amazed. I did not use any stamping dimensionals on my cards. They're all flat. Isn't that amazing? Okay, there's my 4 card bases. Then I have 4 more pieces of the Fresh Freesia. These are 3/4 of an inch by 4 1/4. There's 4 of those. And then we have a piece of basic white. That's what we're going to do the one sheet wonder on. This is 10 1/2 by 8. So I'm going to put that right there. And then I have lots of ink colors. I know Mary Jo is saying, wow, no dimensionals. Seriously, no dimensionals today. Okay, I've got Magenta Madness, Shaded Spruce, Coastal Cabana, Fresh Freesia, Gorgeous Grape, and Soft Seafoam. Lots of colors. I'm going to dig out, I think I'm going to start out with these 2. And let me show you the cards. So I have 2 that have the sentiment at the top, and then 2 that have the sentiment at the bottom. And what we're going to do, just so you can visualize, I'm going to put these like this. Okay. This is what our white sheet is going to look like. We're going to go halfway this way with stamping and halfway vertically. And then we're going to cut that sheet. Now, to help me with that, I'm going to put these right here so you guys can see them sideways like this. Just so a little bit of a pattern going. And what I did to make it easier for me so that I could even out my stamping, I have a light green, it's probably Old Olive or Pear Pizzazz watercolor pencil. I'm going to stamp over it anyway so you won't see it, but I measured at 4 on both ends, and I'm just going to draw a line across. It's just going to help me eyeball when I do the stamping. And I'm going to do the same thing going this way because this is 10.5. I'm going to go 5.25. And like I said, you won't even see the watercolor pencil. So I'm going to do a second line. Okay, so there's my little grid sheet. And now I'm going to start by doing this large image. It's like a splotchy, flowery kind of image. That's going to be with, oh, you know what? I need to grab a grid sheet because I'm going to go over. I'm just going to put a grid sheet under my white. Okay, now let's see. I got to put that under so you guys can see these cards still. Okay, so here we go with a fresh freesia. And again, you can see that I have my 2 grid lines. And I'm going to start by just adding one in the middle. Let me see, I'm going to turn it over like that. And I'm going to stick one right in the middle. And then I also added a little bit just on each end. Okay, so there's step number 1. Now I'm going to switch over to this color, which is the Magenta Madness. And we're going to use this one. And then I did one on each end. And then one in the middle where those 2 meet. Oh, this is so nice and bright. I just re-inked my ink pads. What a difference. And then let's see, I did one on each side where you see that white space. This is so easy, you guys. And then one on the end. I'm going to have to move this down just a tad so you guys can see. Okay, that's it with the Magenta Madness. Now, next is going to be Gorgeous Grape. Or actually, no, let me go with Coastal Cabana. I'm going to do the Coastal Cabana first. And I'm using this tiny little flower. And I'm just going to add like a cluster of 3 here and there. I'm trying to follow my sample here just so you guys, if you want to replicate it, it's not going to look exactly the same. I'm just going to add where I see some white space. And let's see, I'm going to add a few more in there. Oh, I know what I forgot. I forgot to add 2 of the magenta. I was wondering why I had so much white space on this side. Okay. And now we're going to switch to the Gorgeous Grape. This one is the one with the cluster of 3 flowers. And I'm just going to go over on top of everything. Just squeeze them in there. I'm going to fill this up. I'm not even looking at my sample. I'm just going to go for it. Because they're all going to be different when you're done. If you do this more than once, you'll find that they're going to turn out different. Okay, let's see. I need more right here. I'm just trying to leave some white space on each corner. Next, we're going to use Shaded Spruce. And here's the leaf image. So again, I'm just going to try to find some white areas and just add some leaves. We're just trying to fill out all of that, or fill in all of that white space. You can't go wrong, you guys. You might think it looks messy, but once we cut it up and use it for cards, you're going to be like, wow, that looks good. Okay, I need some more in this area. And let me see, I'm going to squeeze in a couple right here. And then I'm going to add one right in the middle. Okay. And what else do we have left? I'm trying to see. I got the little dotted image. Now, oh, you know what? I use this one too. This little, it's kind of a horizontal. And I stuck that right where the center line would be. So going in this way. Now I'm going to go in the opposite direction below that. It just kind of adds just some nice green color. And then I did the same thing going this way. So I'm going to turn. Now I'm going to go over to the left. And then I just have this little dotted image, and that's going to be with the shaded spruce. And all I did, you can see here, I went on the outside. I'm just going to follow. Now, one little tip, when you have something so small, don't cram it down when you're stamping. You have to do a light touch, because look what happens if I do. It makes a mess. It gets all blotchy. So this one is kind of like just kissing the paper. Very light. Isn't that pretty so far? And it's even better once we get it cut. Okay, just a few more. One more down here, a couple more on the bottom, and then we'll be all done. I hope you give this a try, and I hope you'll put pictures on the page so I can see what you've done. Okay, there's our masterpiece. So this is pretty just as is, but again, we're going to cut. So let me move these. I'm going to go ahead and do the sentiment, so I'll be done with the inks. So let me bring all 4 of the sentiment strips over. And that's also going to be with shaded spruce. And I apologize in advance if you see my hair in the video. I try not to bend over too much. Okay, that one's a little crooked. Remember, there's always 2 sides to a piece of cardstock. So if you mess up, you just flip it over and try again. Okay, now we're ready to do some cutting. So there's the 4 sentiments, the 4 card bases. And let me get my trimmer. And this is already cut to size, so you just cut in half and cut in half. So again, this was 8 inches, so we're going to cut at 4. Right down the middle. And then we're going to cut at 5 1/4. So there's 2 pieces. And then 5 1/4 again. And it's just like magic. Okay. I'm going to dig these out one more time. Let me see. Those are the ones with the sentiment on the top and the sentiment on the bottom. So you'll see on these 2, I positioned the flowers so they go towards the bottom. So that means we need one like this and one like this. And then these 2, the flowers are on the top going down. So there's 1 and there's 2. So let's start out with card base number 1. So this would be considered stamp ink and paper. No tools, no dimensionals. Okay, which one's the right one? This one. And that one's going to go about, I would say about an 1.5 inches from the bottom. So there's number 1. Now we're going to do this one. And for everyone that shares my video today, I'm going to draw a name for all 4 of these cards. You'll get a set from me. And then I'll throw in something from my stash. Now, because let's say I'm doing this for a gift for someone, what I would do normally is line these up like this. so that I can have this sitting in the same spot because I'm anal like that. So there's 2. Now we're going to go for the other 2. But isn't this a quick way to make your own designer paper and to make 4 cards? Let's see, I'm only 15 minutes into my video, and look at everything that I've done already. So this is going to be short and sweet tonight. Okay, there's that one. Now this time I'm going to put the sentiment a little bit higher. I'm going to go again about 1.5 inches. And I'm going to bring the other one right next to it. Oh, that one's a little long. I got to cut that a little bit. Just a tad. I'm going to put this right here so I can line that one also. And that's, whoops, almost upside down. Okay, that's going to go right here. And there's 4 cards in about 15 to 20 minutes. Of course, I had everything cut out too, but okay, so there's my first set that I did previously. And then these, whoops, let me move this over. These are the ones I just did with you. So there you go. There's your stamping for Friday. I hope you guys enjoyed the cards, and I hope you guys have a good weekend. And I will see you on Wednesday on my Stampin' Ink Designs group. Thanks so much for joining me, everyone. I hope you have a good weekend. Bye-bye.